Hello, this is Arlie Sims from the library, and this video is made especially for the Fashion Lab Practicum in spring semester 2022. Note that there's a link for research consultation request, and I recommend that you use this if you want some additional assistance with your research. You can fill out the form. We'll get back to you. We'll set up a time to meet via Zoom or to communicate by email or phone, or we can even meet in person if that's manageable. And I do recommend that for this research because in this class, which is typical for this class, you're searching a very specific topic, and it may not have a lot of scholarly research, so part of the goal is to find what's available and to think about how to parse your terms and figure out how to search and find what is available. So that's what I'd like to do briefly in this video. You'll notice there are videos related to the databases, but I'm going to create one and implant it in this box that will help you with this particular search. So I'm going to use three sources to look for consumer behavior and the resale market. So let's start with Business Source Elite. I did not have a lot of success in Academic Search Complete, which is a broader subject area. We're going to try Business Source Elite. And I will just go to the terms that worked for me. Now we could do resale market. We could do other ways of describing this. When you're doing this kind of research that will have fewer results because of the requirements you have, like being scholarly articles on a business topic, once you find the term that works, use it, and don't worry about the fact that it doesn't use enough descriptive specificity about your topic. This yielded some results for me. And then I'm going to use consumer behavior. Again, you could choose lots of additional words, but I had better results doing the search this way. So we get only 107 results. And it's great to go ahead and browse through those results and see if you're finding things that are appropriate. You can also limit to academic journals right here under source types. And then, of course, you have to see if your keywords showed up in a way that the article is really relevant, or if it's something a little bit outside of what you're looking for. Here's probably a really relevant article, and it is from a scholarly journal and can be read full text right here. Note that there are two ways to limit to academic journals. One is this link. One is peer-reviewed. Peer-reviewed is a stricter standard, and I don't really recommend it for this type of course because you're gonna lose some things that are just fine. You could also eliminate this, and then you've got some substantial trade publication results as well, and there might even be certain magazines that would have information of interest. You can also browse the subject headings if you want to find even some more control over the search to make it narrower and more relevant. Now I'm going to try this same search in the library search tool. So I'm just going to put in resale and consumer behavior. Now, why would I do this? I would do this because there may be other databases and other disciplines that might have a few things beyond what's in the Business Insights database. So this is more or less the same thing. We get our results. We have more, 2,000 some. And then we go over here and we can look at the resource types. I'm going to show all of those. And then you can limit those. Now here you just have articles and peer-reviewed journals. You could limit to the peer-reviewed journals and look through your results. But if you don't find as many things as you'd like, you can just look at the articles and then kind of judge for yourself what is really on target in terms of the topic and in terms of whether it's scholarly or not. And there will be some overlap. You'll find some articles in this list that were already in the Business Insights database. Okay, so let's go back to, Business Source Elite is the other database. So in the library search, you may find some articles that you had already seen in Business Source Elite. Now I'm going to do something a little bit radical. We're going to go to Google Scholar. Columbia does not have all of the databases that might be relevant or all of the journal literature. So sometimes going to the part of Google that has scholarly articles can be really useful. And then you can use our Interlibrary Loan service if we don't have the article. Now, first, when you start to use Google Scholar, you'll want to set your settings so that it's going to alert you if there's a journal that we do have and you can read the complete text without going any further. So under settings, you'll look at library links. And you'll notice I've already done this, but if you just put in Columbia College Chicago, because there are several other Columbia colleges, be sure you include Chicago there. Then you'll see all the possibilities, and when the possibility comes up, you click it and save that. So let's just use, for example, if I just did Columbia College, oops, it's going to automatically refill it for me. It really wants to do that. So here are all these Columbia colleges, and I selected Columbia College Chicago Library. That's the only one you really need. You could also do Open WorldCat. And then save. Okay, so now we're going to try the same search. And you'll notice that when Columbia has the journal, you'll get a link here, and you can go right into that journal article and authenticate as a Columbia student and get access. This one, however, did come up in the business database that we tried earlier. But there may be others that are not at Columbia, and when you need one of those, then you'll be using the Interlibrary Loan service through the library. This can also happen because I noticed that in the business database, some of those articles we were able to find that they existed, but you did not have a link to the full text because that content's not available from that database. So you can use Interlibrary Loan, use the articles and chapters option. I won't go through the process. You'll need to use your library ID number, which is on the back of your Columbia card, not your regular Columbia ID number. And then those articles would be scanned for you at a library that does own that publication, and then uploaded to your account where you can download them or print them out whenever you need to. That's a lot of ground. This is a long video, but I hope it's helpful for your very particular research. And again, you can contact me for a research consultation, or you can also use Columbia College email, or when it's available, live chat anytime. And we're really good about getting back to you. And when you do an email question, the librarian who's best able to answer the question, which in this case might be me, would get back to you as soon as possible. But by using this, you're avoiding like missing me when I'm out of the office or whatever. Somebody will be monitoring that, even on the weekend. Thank you, and good luck with your research.